Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. I am at Rootwad Park in North downtown St. Louis, and this is surrounded by a lot of abandoned areas. There is no marker here, but it is every photographer and every YouTube explorer's dream of coming here. There are at least a few YouTubers who have done videos here, and a couple of them are my allies. You got Adventures in TV Land, then you also have my friend Brian, who also goes by Rogue Exploration. They both did great videos here. But I'm gonna go ahead and check out this area and give you some tidbits and some history of this park. Now, speaking from a perspective of a YouTube explorer, like abandoned places, I mean, again, this is definitely a dream because there really is not much going on here. And this has been neglected for now over a decade. So come with me. This is quote-unquote an unfinished park that was the last project by the late artist Bob Cassily. He was the man who was responsible for many works, most of them here in St. Louis, but he is mostly known for turning the International Shoe Factory into the City Museum, which is still a popular tourist attraction today, or local attraction, sorry. Also, there is Turtle Park, which technically is part of Forest Park. I may even do a video there in the future. In fact, this is one of the turtles that you'll see over at Turtle Park, very similar, if not the same. But Cassily was well known as trying to save old buildings, and some he was very successful in, some not. But he also tried to save an old cement factory in North St. Louis by wanting to turn it into an abandoned old factory area / amusement park. That was going to be called Cement Land. Some YouTube explorers have been there, and no, I don't plan on going there. Obvious reasons, it's dangerous. But Bob was killed under mysterious circumstances while working at Cement Land in 2011. And again, this was one of Bob's last projects, which has sat here decaying for more than a decade now. No words can ever explain this piece, but as early as 2012, it was reported that Max, Bob Cassily's son, was very mad when he found out that graffiti artists were messing up his father's work. As you can see, it has been painted over many times. And as far as the name, it is called Rootwad Park. I don't even know what the origins of the name are. In fact, I even looked up the word Rootwad in the dictionary, well, dictionary.com. And as it turns out, it's not even a word. I don't even know if it was given by Bob Cassily. But despite of this piece of hidden urban decay, there have been a few events that were held here, including a rave that took place last year, even an effigy. One of my Facebook friends was here like last year, so that's how I know. No, I did not attend. I just happened to see that, but it's not like anyone was going to pretty much get caught here anyway, because I don't know how often police cars are seen around here. I do see some security cameras, but do people actually look at them is the question. But then again, you also have the Ashley Street Powerhouse over there, so maybe they keep a close eye on things, I don't know. So why does this park even exist? Well, Bob Cassily wanted to build something, give new life to, you know, the riverfront by the levee and as part of the North Riverfront Trail. And this was constructed in 2008. Cassily was known to use scrap metal and other unused pieces of material that he found in old places in St. Louis. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, just go to the City Museum, and yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of old scraps there put to good use. So as you're going northbound on North Riverfront Trail, would be on foot or bicycle, you'll be approaching the park with this bridge. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go up this bridge real quick. It's kind of steep, and yeah, it goes without saying, it's a bridge to nowhere, because this, I believe, would have been Bob Cassily's dream of making this into like some sort of center. And I'm just going to take a little peek inside. There is graffiti and not much else. Just a bunch of wooden and scraps. And the park is just that way, easy to spot. That trail goes that way, and then this is the Laclede Power Company. And I'm going to see about that sign. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's been painted over many times, plus it's faded, so I can't really read this part. But This, I believe, was Bob Cassily's dream of making this into like a visitor center or something for like bicyclists to hang out or take a break while they're on the North Riverfront Trail. I had even heard he wanted to put a microbrewery in here. Yeah, that would have been nice, but seriously though, I mean, if Bob Cassily is still alive today, would this be a successful place? And you know, the answer is blowing in the wind. I don't know if people would have drove all the way out here just to come here, but who knows. Yeah, just look at all that, and then yeah, look at what it is today. All right, so now we're gonna go this way. This park, believe it or not, was almost torn down. So back in 2015, when Stan Kroenke proposed that the city of St. Louis build him a new stadium to house his football team, the Rams, it was going to be in this area. All of those old abandoned buildings would be torn down, and the stadium would have been very close to the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. The park would have been some sort of a plaza outside the stadium. But as we all know, all that never happened, and the St. Louis Rams are now in Los Angeles. So yeah, this would have been gone, that would have been gone, and that would have been gone, that building with all the murals on it. I first heard about this park not a few years ago, but maybe 4 years ago. I was just taking a walk along North Riverfront Trail, and by the way, this trail goes all the way to the Gateway Arch. It's about a mile from here, and then the entire length is like 12 miles, and it goes all the way to the Chain of Rocks Bridge, which connects to Illinois. I've done a video on that. And it parallels the Mississippi River. And a lot of bicyclists do utilize this trail. I'm not sure how many safety concerns are there, but I just happened to stumble upon this, and I put it on Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends who had been here before, she was like, well, anybody who does go here, just watch out, because yes, there are homeless and there are needles on here. So I know I know it's probably a bad thing to say, but I'm just putting it all out there, that's all. But some people are very fascinated by this, including myself. And it is winter time. It's late February as I'm doing this, so there's no leaves on here. But I'm gonna go ahead and check out this bridge. Get a nice view of down here. Oh man. I'll take you inside down there in a second, but I just thought I'd get a little view from the top. That is, of course, a flood wall. Somebody's making themselves home there. Rock and roll never die. Okay. United we stand. Amen. So I don't know if this would have been a ideal park for families to take their kids to, but obviously for safety reasons, yeah, I strongly advise parents never take your kids here. And I don't know about these holes. I guess plants would have been here. I don't know. Or just, I'm gonna jump in there real quick. Yep, not much going on. And that is the Mississippi River. Get a little nice view. And a boat. And then that is the Stan Musial Veterans Memorial Bridge. Hopefully you can see that. Or I-70. And then of course that is Illinois. That is Martin Luther King Bridge, and behind that is the Eads Bridge, the historic Eads Bridge. And then that is the Laclede Power Company building that was built in 1901. It has sat abandoned since the 1970s. Don't know the exact year. But again, it was Bob Cassily's dream to make this into like a nice area and pretty much a place where people could go. But now, as of this day, it is a area where industrial wasteland sits. I know I'm being terrible, but hey. And I can tell that used to be old railroad tracks because there's a railroad that once stood there. How fascinating. So now I'm going to go down and be very careful. And check out this turtle. Again, Bob was very well known for his sculptures. If you go to Turtle Park, you'll see snakes and you'll see big and small turtles. The backstory behind these bricks is these are once bricks that were paved in downtown St. Louis. They don't even look that old, but I'm just going by what my research says. Somebody painted that turtle's nails. Oh my. I'm guessing this would have made a nice splash area. Yeah, who knows. Ooh, that snake's got a bloody eye. Scary. So I'm gonna go get up closer to these circular concrete things. Actually, they're not concrete, but from what I hear or I've read is that Bob Cassily got these from cement land. They were discarded parts that came from cement mixers. And then these, I believe, were parts of streetcar lines, I'm sorry, from Washington Avenue. And this is what it looks like under the bridge. Some graffiti here and there. And now we're gonna go inside, see what it looks like. Some bottles here and there. And then a little fire pit looks like. Yeah, it's basically a graffiti area. Not much else. All right, I am Jason. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. Again, there was no marker here, but I thought I'd show you this nice forgotten piece. I'm using the word nice very loosely, by the way. But I am Jason in St. Louis, Missouri at Rootwad Park. Sign off.